All right, so I think that should work. So the plan here is we're gonna make the queen today, which is gonna have the same base as the rest of our designs. And we need to figure out its total height, which is another one of the requirements. So let's take a look at that. That's our first starting point. And our queen needs to be 4.25 tall. And the rest of the design will keep some sort of theme, design themes going on with whatever I have going on the various pieces here. And 4.25 tall, which is reasonable. So first step is I'm going to make a copy of my base. So can't stand this full screen thing. So we'll do right click and duplicate. And that will give me base copy, which again, identical. Now I'm going to rename this one to queen. And then I go back to full screen. Okay, so just like before, first step is edit the sketch, right click, edit sketch. And let's do a vertical line from here straight up. But the measurement, the dimension is between the top and all the way to the ground, 4.25. All right, and we want to, or I'm going to do mine to have some sort of path like this with its crown of some sort of circular pattern. And let's see if we can figure out how to do that. So we need something that we can actually cut away, because that's the point. Let's do an arc. I think that's a good arc. Oh, something like that. Maybe. And this is all design stuff that you can do for your design, aesthetic stuff. I'm not sure if that's going to look good, but then something like that. And what are the other ones look like? Do we have, so we just got little bumps mostly. And yeah, they all sort of have a similar pattern. This one has that ridge, which is kind of inconsistent, but let's go ahead and wrap this like this. And I want that to snap there. Just going to draw it again. Arc. So this is the easy part. Just doing a simple revolve, but let's see what happens. Finish sketch, revolve, choose everything, choose our center axis, which is this, and we've got something at least to work with. Not crazy about it, but actually, let's go ahead and edit it now, because it is going to be harder to edit later. I want sort of more there. A little less there. Okay. And now I want to do some sort of cut. So we need to do a sketch on a horizontal plane, but I want that horizontal plane to be up here, because when I do the cut, I don't want to cut through everything. So let's make a new plane that is offset from top. And I want it to be offset above everything. And hit OK. And now I have work plane 1, which is up in the sky there. And I'm going to sketch on work plane 1. And so I'm sketching there. And in order to make sure my cuts line up, I'm going to do the use tool and use that edge there so that I have something to work with. And I could turn the visibility of origin plane off because I have this sketch plane working. And what I want to do is make a tiny circular cut, sort of one of them sort of towards the edge, and then pattern it all the way around a bunch of times. So unclear whether I should be doing circular pattern as a sketch tool or as a part tool. So in other words, before or after I do an extrusion. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, let's do finish the sketch. Extrude. Choose the circular part here, switch it to remove. And that will make one of those. And let's see if circular pattern works. It's underneath regular pattern. And I want to pattern the extrusion. And axis of pattern, something around. Entities to pattern. Why does I gotta figure out what they actually want? There we go. All right. So it's got to be on feature pattern. Hello, feature pattern. And let's start over. Okay. So circular pattern is underneath linear pattern. Circular pattern. I want to pattern a feature. And the feature I want to pattern is extrusion 1. And the axis of the pattern is anything that's round. And however many I want, the tighter the cut will be. There you go. That's 12. That's not too bad. Hit OK. And all right, so the last step is, well, at this point, it's all aesthetic. Let's see, maybe one more rounded edge just to make it look a little better. And let's see here. What does it look like? I should be able to pattern. I wonder if it would look better if I patterned it. I think that's actually going to intersect. Really not crazy about this design. What about, how do you do a work plane? Offset surface ruled. Fill, move boundary, ruled surface. Well, that's not too bad. I don't know. There's a lot of features you can do and look at examples, but this needs to be your own. I want this circle to be sort of an ellipse. So all the way back to this step, let's do an ellipse. So it's a little bit pointier of a cut. And we'll look at it like that. And let's do an extrusion. We'll choose this, this, and this. We'll switch it to remove so that it cuts down through, but not so far that it cuts into our base, and hit OK. And then we'll do our circular pattern. And we want to do feature pattern. What feature do we want to pattern? Extrusion 1. And what axis do we want to pattern? All the way around. And however many we want. Let's see, 15. Looks like that. Let's see how many it takes to get it like exactly on. Let's see what 20 does. 20 is not too bad. What does 25 look like? At a certain point, they're going to overlap. Like if I did 35. Yeah, do you see how it's overlapping there? So let's say, what was it, like 27 maybe? You know what? At a certain point, I think this might be too much for the computer to render because it's that many more edges. So not really sure where the performance limitations are. But there we go. That is one example of a queen. Don't copy it exactly. The designs are supposed to be your own. The key is that the total height is the correct total height for the particular pieces, and that you have a consistent base, whatever your consistent base is, so that they all fit on the chessboard that is going to be made, I guess, next time. Or next time, I guess, is the last piece, the rook, and then we'll do the board and then the assembly. And that's it. Okay, so if you have any of the pieces done up through the king, which we did last time, you can come up and show them to me, and I'll give you some points. Otherwise, I got to put zeros in because interims is coming.